Hi everyone. So, did you know that the stress you feel every single day can raise your blood sugar just as much as eating a chocolate bar? Today, I am going to show you how exactly that happens and three simple habits that you can start today to stop it. And stay with me till the end because the third one is actually something that you do every single night. And once you hear how it affects your blood sugar, you will never take it for granted again. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so let's go back in time for a moment. Thousands of years ago, when our ancestors experienced stress, it usually meant something very real and very physical, a danger. And in that moment, your body did something incredibly smart. It flooded your bloodstream with glucose that gives instant energy so that your muscles could run or fight. Now, your adrenal gland released two hormones, that is adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline dumped stored sugar into your blood almost immediately, and cortisol kept those levels high so you had enough fuel to survive. That system was designed brilliantly for that time. But here is the problem. Your body has that exact same response today for a traffic jam or for a looming deadline. The stress response is the same, but we are not running anywhere. So that extra blood sugar just sits in your bloodstream, floating around with nowhere to go. And your pancreas, trying its best to help, keeps releasing insulin to clear that sugar over and over again. Now, what happens is your cells start to get overwhelmed over time. Imagine someone knocking on your door constantly all day. At some point, you stop answering, right? That's exactly what your cells do. They stop responding to insulin's signal, and that, in the simplest terms, is insulin resistance. Not caused by food alone, but caused by your body being stuck in a constant state of stress with no way to come down. But the good news is, just as stress can trigger this, right signal can reverse it. And we have three pillars to do exactly that. The first one is so simple that almost everyone underestimated completely. And that's morning sunlight combined with a gentle walk. Here is what most people don't know. Cortisol is not an enemy. In fact, cortisol is actually supposed to peak in the morning. That's what wakes you up and gives you that natural drive to start your day. The problem is only when it stays elevated all day or when it spikes at night when it shouldn't. But when you step outside within 30 minutes of waking up and let natural sunlight fall on your eyes, not through a window but actual outdoor light, you help your body set its internal clock properly. Cortisol peaks at the right time in the morning, which means it can come down at the right time in the evening. Your whole rhythm gets anchored properly. And when you pair that with a gentle walk for even 10 to 15 minutes, something beautiful happens. Your muscles start absorbing glucose from your blood directly without needing insulin at all. We spoke about this in a previous video. Your muscles have this incredible ability to pull sugar out of your bloodstream independently, bypassing the whole insulin resistance problem. So, you are doing two things at once: resetting your cortisol rhythm for the day and clearing that morning blood sugar spike that stress hormones tend to create overnight. Morning sunlight and a gentle walk. That's it. Simple, free, and genuinely powerful. Now, this one I want to address with a lot of care because I know the word mindfulness can sometimes feel vague or even overwhelming. So, let me make it very concrete for you. You cannot just tell yourself to stop being stressed. It does not work that way because stress lives in your nervous system, not just in your thoughts. So, to actually shift out of that stressed state, you need a physiological trigger, something that physically switches your body from its stressed fight or flight mode into its calm rest and digest mode. And one of the simplest way to do that is through your breath work. There is a practice called box breathing exercise. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds and then hold for 4 seconds. Repeat that just for 5 minutes and that's all. Now what this does is, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's natural calm down system. And so your acute cortisol levels drop, your heart rate slows and your cells start to relax. And here is the long-term benefit that actually matters for insulin resistance. Consistent mindfulness practice lowers baseline inflammation in your body. And when inflammation comes down, your insulin receptors start working better again. They become more receptive, more sensitive, and more willing to respond. So 5 minutes of box breathing once a day, that would be enough to calm you down. And the third pillar. This one is often the most overlooked one, but in my experience, it is one of the most impactful. It's not about how many hours you sleep. In fact, it's about sleeping and waking up at the same time every single day. Here is why this matters. When your sleep schedule is all over the place, say 10 p.m. one night and 1 a.m. the next, your body does not know what time it is. And when your body loses that sense of rhythm, it treats the unpredictability almost like a stressor. Cortisol spikes at night when it's supposed to be at its lowest. Your liver releases glucose when it shouldn't be, and as a result, your metabolism becomes unpredictable. Research has shown that even a single night of poor or misaligned sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity. Just one night. That's how sensible your system is. But the reverse is also true. When you go to sleep and wake up at the same time consistently, even on weekends, your liver and your pancreas begin to manage glucose in a much more predictable, efficient way. Your body knows what to expect, and when your body feels safe and predictable, it manages blood sugar far better. So pick a sleep time, stick to it, put your phone away 30 minutes before bed, keep the room dark and cool. That consistency alone is doing the real metabolism work while you sleep. To summarize, stress is not something you feel. It is something that your body physically responds to. And that response can directly affect your blood sugar and your insulin every single day. So give your body the right signals of safety and consistency, and your body will start to heal itself. And if you're curious about how this same stress-driven insulin resistance can slowly affect your brain, your memory, your focus, and your clarity of thoughts, well, I have made a video exactly on that, and what I share in it might genuinely surprise you. I will link it right here. Go watch it next, and I will see you in that video. Until then, peace out.